Hey, good morning or afternoon or whatever time it is when you're watching this. I did this problem in class today, but I wanted to take a chance to, or take a second to go over it again so that you could see it a second or third time if you'd like. It's not a hard problem, it's a tedious problem. You have to go through step 1, step 2, step 3. So here we go. Find an equation of a line that is perpendicular bisector. The vocabulary in geometry is the part that kills you. Perpendicular, negative reciprocal slope, bisector, cuts it into two equal parts. So we have to first know that we need to find the slope. We need to find the slope and change the slope to make it perpendicular. We're going to flip and switch the signs and flip the fraction over. And bisector is going to indicate that we need to find the midpoint. This is a test question all day long. It's the hardest question on the test. All right, find an equation for the perpendicular bisector of the line segment whose endpoints are x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so first we need to find a point and a slope, a point and a slope. So we're going to find the point first, and that point happens to be the midpoint. Sum mx, my, and midpoint is add the x's, divide by 2, add my y's, and divide by 2. All right, x2, x1, so x2, negative 1 plus 9 over 2. Then I do my y's, negative 4 plus negative 8 divided by 2. 9 minus 1 is 8 divided by 2. And negative 8 minus a 4 is negative 12 divided by 2. And we can simplify that one more time. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And negative 12 divided by 2 is simply 6. So we got our point. The point they want us to go through is the bisector, the point that cuts it into two equal parts. So the point I'm going to use is 4, 6. Then we need to know the slope. So they're giving me 2 points. Anytime I get 2 points, I can find distance or the slope. So we're going to do the slope formula. And don't forget, slope is subtracting the y's first, and then the x's next. Okay? All right. So negative 4 minus negative 8 divided by negative 1 minus 9. Don't forget 2 negatives. Yes, that's right. Become a positive. 8 minus 4 becomes 4. Negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10. Whenever we're doing this, we always take the negative and put it on the numerator, because we either rise out of bed or fall out of bed. We always run to the right, and we always reduce. So dividing the top and the bottom by 2, I get 2 goes into negative 4, negative 2 times, and 2 can go into 10, 5. Now, that is my slope. All that work to find my slope, but I don't want my slope. I want the perpendicular slope. And that's where we're going to flip and switch it over. A lot of kids are going to do all this work and forget to flip and switch it over. Don't let that be you. The slope we found was -2/5, but we want the slope that's perpendicular, so we're going to flip it over, 5/2, and if it's negative, this one's going to become positive. That is the slope I want to use. All right, now we have everything we need, a point and slope, and then we put it into our point slope formula. All right, our point was +4, +6, so when it goes into the formula, oh, I almost made a mistake. Look, this was -12/2. This should have been what? Mrs. Williams, you're slacking. That should have been -6. So this should have been -6. All right, so going back to what I was saying, if the numbers are positive, they go in looking negative, and if they're negative, they're going to go in and look positive. So this becomes y, -6 becomes a +6. The slope that we want to use is the new perpendicular slope, which is 5/2. X, my x is 4, so it's going to go in negative. Cleaning it up, that is in point slope form, and if they allow it, you can use it. If not, they usually want you to clean it up. Y plus 6 equals -5/2 times x is -5/2 x, and -5/2 times -4, 5/2 times -4/1. That simply becomes -20/2 or -10. I could have reduced it before and said 2 can go into -4 times -2 times. -2 times 5 is -10, if you like to do it that way. Subtract 6 from both sides by the subtraction property of equality. And we have y equals 5/2 x minus 16. That is your slope-intercept form. And to bring it all home, they'll probably want it in standard form. So we said that standard form was taking and moving the x's to the other side. We don't want it divided by a 2. We want the whole thing to be whole numbers, so we're going to multiply every piece. These two cancel out. They simply get -5x. 2 times y. 2 times y is 2y. And don't forget the 16. 2 times -16 is -32. Almost done, almost done. Actually, we are done. All right. Point slope form. Y-intercept form. Standard form. Real quick recap. We knew that we wanted a slope of 5/2. Could we pull the slope from here to verify it's 5/2? We could. -a/b. If I take the -5/2 or 5 and change it from a negative, this would become a positive. And my b is simply 2. Is my slope 5/2? Is that what I was looking for? And indeed it was. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.